Whether deformities are caused by genetics or environmental factors, they spark curiosity and fascination around the world. Many who have them have accepted their differences and led fulfilling lives. Some have risked everything to undergo life-changing surgeries, while others found their place in the circus, using the label freak as a means to earn a living. Meanwhile, some have decided to retreat from the public eye, seeking to detour society's often unforgiving gaze. So, join us as we delve into the lives of 15 individuals whose unique conditions left even the sharpest scientific minds speechless. And trust us, some of these are truly mind-boggling. Number 15. Mandy Sellers. Mandy Sellers, from Lancashire, UK, lives with one of the rarest conditions on the planet, Proteus syndrome. It's the same disorder that affected Joseph Merrick, famously known as the Elephant Man. Mandy's case is extraordinary. Her legs alone weigh 95 kilograms and measure about a meter in circumference. That's not just inconvenient, it's life-changing. She spends $4,000 on specially made shoes and drives a custom car so she can live life on her terms. But Mandy's journey hasn't been easy. After contracting deep vein thrombosis and a nasty MRSA infection, doctors had no choice but to amputate one of her legs. You'd think the ordeal would stop there, but the remaining part of her leg kept growing, making her prosthetic almost useless. Mandy's spirit, though, is unstoppable. She now uses a specially designed prosthetic that's built to handle her unique challenges. She's proof that resilience can outshine even the toughest obstacles. Number 14. Petero Biakatonda. Petero Biakatonda grew up in a small Ugandan village where life was already tough. But Petero had another challenge. He was born with Crouzon syndrome, a condition that warps the skull and pushes the eyes outward. In Petero's case, it also dragged his ears downward, leaving him struggling to see and hear. While kids born with this condition in wealthier countries often get surgery right away, Petero lived far from any hospital and couldn't get help. His appearance made him a target for ridicule. Neighbors teased him cruelly, and Petero became so withdrawn that he rarely left his room. Then came the twist of fate. A traveling doctor noticed him and decided to help. With funds raised, Petero flew to Texas, where surgeons reshaped his skull, relieving pressure on his optic nerve and brain. A second operation fixed the bones around his eyes, though it almost cost him his life. Today, Petero lives happily in his village, embracing the second chance he fought so hard to earn. Number 13. Rudy Santos. Rudy Santos, a man from the Philippines, carries an extraordinary story on his very body. Born with craniopagus parasiticus, an ultra-rare condition where a parasitic twin didn't fully develop, Rudy has lived with extra arms, a leg, and even a partially formed head attached to his body. This rare phenomenon turned Rudy into a spectacle of curiosity and eventually fame. In the 1970s and 80s, he toured with freak shows, earning the nickname Octoman. Audiences were captivated and women flocked to him, fascinated by his uniqueness. Despite earning large sums of money, life wasn't always glamorous. Rudy disappeared in the late 80s, only to re-emerge years later living in poverty. In 2008, doctors offered to remove the parasitic twin, but Rudy declined. To him, the extra limbs weren't a burden. They were part of who he was. His story is a testament to embracing the things that make us different, even when the world doesn't always understand. Number 12. Dede Koswara. Dede Koswara's condition was the kind you have to see to believe. Known as Tree Man, Dede suffered from a rare disorder called epidermodysplasia verruciformis, which caused massive bark-like warts to grow all over his body. His hands and feet became so heavy with growths that he couldn't perform even the simplest tasks. In 2008, Dede underwent surgery to remove over 6 kilograms of growths. Skin grafts were applied to help restore some function, but the condition was relentless. By 2011, the growth was back, and Didi had to endure more procedures. Sadly, there's no known cure for tree man syndrome, leaving him in a constant battle with his own body. Through it all, Didi showed incredible strength. His story caught global attention, making him a symbol of resilience. Despite the physical and emotional toll, he remained a reminder of the importance of hope and the human will to endure. Number 11. Alamjan Nematilayev. When Alamjan Nematilayev started experiencing a swollen abdomen at just 7 years old, doctors thought it was a cyst. But what they found during surgery shocked them. A parasitic twin had been living inside him. This rare condition, called fetus in fetu, happens when one twin doesn't fully develop and becomes absorbed by the other in the womb. In Alamjan's case, the twin had grown hair, limbs, nails, and even a basic face. Weighing 2 kilograms, it had been inside him for years without anyone realizing. Alamjan's parents believed his condition was caused by radiation from the Chernobyl disaster, though experts dismissed the idea. After surgery, Alamjan made a full recovery. However, his parents decided to keep the truth from him, leaving Alamjan unaware that he once carried a twin. It's a surreal story, one that blurs the line between medical mystery and the wonders of human development. It's pretty brain-dazzling. Number 10. Jose Mestre. Jose Mestre, a man from Lisbon, Portugal, endured decades of life with a massive facial tumor that began growing on his lips at age 14. Over the years, the tumor expanded to weigh over 5 kilograms, impairing his vision in one eye and making it difficult to breathe, eat, and sleep. But despite his worsening condition, Jose didn't get treatment for 40 years, due to a combination of misdiagnoses, financial difficulties, and religious beliefs that discouraged medical intervention. In 2010, Jose's life took a dramatic turn when he traveled to Chicago for surgery. Over 4 carefully planned procedures, doctors finally removed the tumor and began reconstructing his face. The first operation eliminated the entire tumor mass, and subsequent surgeries focused on restoring functionality and aesthetics. Jose's recovery was remarkable, and he returned home a few weeks later, regaining not just his appearance, but also his confidence and ability to live a more fulfilling life. Number 9. Joseph Merrick. Joseph Merrick's life is one of the most tragic and fascinating stories in medical history. Born in 1836, Joseph had a condition believed to be Proteus syndrome, which caused his skin and bones to grow abnormally. By the time he was an adult, his head was so large he couldn't sleep lying down, and his body was covered in large, painful lumps. Rejected by his family after his mother's death, Joseph turned to a traveling show to make a living. It was there he became known as the Elephant Man, attracting huge crowds curious about his condition. Despite the hardships, Joseph's intelligence and kind nature shone through. He befriended a London doctor, Frederick Trevis, who gave him a safe place to live. Tragically, in 1890, Joseph died trying to sleep lying down like others, a decision that dislocated his neck. His story remains a powerful reminder of the strength and humanity behind the most misunderstood individuals. Number 8. Didier Montalvo. In a small Colombian village, Didier Montalvo was born with a condition that seemed almost otherworldly. A massive mole, caused by congenital melanocytic nevus, grew so large it covered his entire back, resembling a turtle shell. The villagers, steeped in superstition, believed Didier was cursed because he was conceived during an eclipse. They shunned him, even banning him from school. At 6 years old, Didier's life changed when a British surgeon, Neil Bulstrode, offered to remove the mole. The surgery was complex but successful, freeing Didier from both the physical weight of the mole and the social stigma it caused. Now, Didier lives like any other child, going to school, making friends, and playing. His story is one of transformation, not just of his body, but of his future, proving how compassion and medical expertise can give someone a new lease on life. This turtle boy might not have the power to win races, but he's definitely got the strength to conquer hearts. So, when life gives you a shell, make it into something beautiful. Number 7. Manar Majid. Manar Majid's story is as heartbreaking as it is extraordinary. Born in Cairo in 2004, Manar had a parasitic twin fused to her head. The twin, though undeveloped, could blink, cry, and smile, making it one of the rarest cases doctors had ever seen. At just 10 months old, Manar's health began to deteriorate. Doctors determined that the parasitic twin was drawing too much from her blood supply, putting both their lives in danger. The decision was made to separate them. The surgery, though successful in removing the twin, came at a cost. It couldn't survive without Manar. Less than a year later, Manar also passed away from a brain infection caused by complications from the surgery. Her short life left a profound impact, reminding the world of both the incredible possibilities of medical science and the fragility of life. All right, now, let's talk about Number 6. Paul Carrison. Paul Carrison's blue-tinged skin wasn't a result of fiction or folklore. It was due to a rare condition called methemoglobinemia. This blood disorder reduces oxygen levels in the blood, giving skin, lips, and nails a bluish hue. In Paul's case, his condition was linked to his use of colloidal silver, a controversial alternative remedy. Over time, the silver accumulated in his system, permanently discoloring his skin. Despite the challenges, Paul embraced his unique look, becoming a media sensation and raising awareness about his condition. Treatment for methemoglobinemia usually involves methylene blue, but in cases like Paul's, where the cause is environmental or self-induced, the blue tint often remains. Paul's story reminds us of the importance of understanding the risks of alternative treatments and the resilience required to live life visibly different from the norm. Number 5. Cutaneous horns. Cutaneous horns, or cornucutaneum, form when keratin, the protein in your skin and nails, builds up into a cone-like shape that sticks out from the skin. These growths can appear almost anywhere on the body, but are most common in sun-exposed areas, especially for people over 50 with fair skin. Most cutaneous horns are harmless, but about 20% are cancerous or precancerous, so doctors usually recommend a biopsy to determine their nature. The causes can vary, ranging from benign warts to more serious conditions like Bowen's disease. Interestingly, some people choose to let their benign horns grow out, embracing their unusual appearance. And if one ever sprouts on your forehead, don't panic. You're not turning into a demon. It's just a quirky biological phenomenon that reminds us how unpredictable the human body can be. Number 4. The Camel Girl. Ella Harper, born in Tennessee around 1870, had a rare condition called genu recurvatum, which caused her knees to bend backward. This gave her a unique gait, and she often chose to walk on all fours for comfort. Her unusual appearance earned her the nickname Camel Girl. Ella didn't let her condition hold her back. She became the star of W.H. Harris's Nickel Plate Circus in 1886, earning enough money to change her life. Despite the challenges of living with backward-bending knees, Ella made the most of her fame and left a legacy as one of the most fascinating performers of her time. Today, conditions like genu recurvatum can often be treated with surgery, physical therapy, or braces. However, severe cases can still result in permanent disability. Ella's story stands as a testament to resilience and using one's uniqueness to carve out a place in the world. Number 3. The Lobster Boy. Ectrodactyly, or split hand foot malformation, or in short, SHFM, is a rare genetic condition where the hands and feet develop with missing fingers or toes and deep clefts. This is often referred to as lobster claw syndrome because of the distinct shape it creates. For some, the condition is due to a random genetic mutation, but in others, it's inherited. Parents carrying the gene have a 50% chance of passing it to their children. Despite the striking appearance, ectrodactyly doesn't typically come with other medical complications. It's primarily a matter of learning to adapt. The most famous case of ectrodactyly is Grady Stiles Jr., known as Lobster Boy. He became a sideshow performer and used his condition as a unique skill set to captivate audiences. While his story took darker turns, the condition itself highlights the incredible ways people adapt to challenges and embrace their individuality. All right, guys, now let's talk about Number 2. Priscilla Lawther. Priscilla Lawther, born in 1911 in Puerto Rico, lived with hypertrichosis, a rare condition that caused thick hair to grow all over her body. Combined with her 2 rows of teeth, this earned her the nickname Monkey Girl. Her life was a blend of challenges and triumphs. After losing her father, she was adopted by an American man who took her on tour with a circus. It was there she met Emmett Bahano, a performer with ichthyosis, a condition that made his skin scaly. The two fell in love and became known as the world's strangest married couple. Priscilla and Emmett toured together for years, and after retiring, she had to shave regularly to manage her hair growth. Their 60-year marriage was a testament to love transcending appearances, and Priscilla's life remains a heartwarming story of finding happiness in unconventional ways. Number 1. Minh An. Minh An, a Vietnamese orphan, was born with a rare skin condition believed to have been caused by exposure to Agent Orange, a defoliant used during the Vietnam War. His skin flakes and forms scales, making it painful and uncomfortable, especially in the heat. This earned him the nickname Fish Boy among his peers. Life wasn't easy for Minh. His condition caused severe overheating, and his behavior grew aggressive, leading staff at the orphanage to tie him to his bed for safety. But Minh's life took a positive turn when Brenda, a 79-year-old woman from the UK, stepped in. Brenda formed a deep bond with Minh, visiting him every year and advocating for better care. She even convinced the staff to stop restraining him and arranged swimming sessions to soothe his skin. Swimming soon became Minh's favorite activity, giving him a sense of joy and freedom. His story is one of resilience, kindness, and the power of human connection. If you find this video interesting, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next one. And remember, be who you are, not what you are not.